right. So we've had a fantastic month in the, finished a fantastic February. We're going to be celebrating that. We're going to be talking a little bit about not the big company, what that means, and we are going to be recognizing our 7 PCI stars for the month. Always a highlight of the month. So, but I thought we'd start off talking a little bit about not the big company. Right? What does that mean, right? Not the big company. And I recently came across a story that really reminded me of what not the big company is, what it stands for, right? Anybody heard of Wolfgang Puck? Right? Restaurateur, lives in Los Angeles, right? Kind of the restaurateur to the stars and the entertainment moguls, all those folks. And he had a lot of success in sort of the 80s and 90s in Los Angeles. Had, I think, 4 very successful restaurants, one of which is Spago. It's still there today. If you want to see some stars, it's a pretty good place to go, right? And so at some point, I guess somebody came to old Wolfgang and said, Wolfgang, we see an opportunity. We think we should open up Wolfgang Puck restaurants all around the country. And so Wolfgang thought that was a good idea. One of the first places they went was Atlanta, Georgia, right? So you can imagine all the effort, right, that went into opening that restaurant and hiring the servers. And Wolfgang was there himself for about a month. I mean, this was going to be out of sight, right? And sure enough, it was. That opening night, that opening weekend, off the charts, exceeded all their expectations, right? Big, big success. So about 6 months later, Wolfgang's back in Atlanta. This time he's there, they're bidding on some big convention business, I guess, right? So he's there and doing what he does, and somebody comes up to him and says, Wolfgang, what's going on with that restaurant here in Atlanta? And Wolfgang literally is like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's a huge success, right? He goes, I don't know. He goes, I was there last week, you know, the food was cold. The wait staff really didn't seem to care. And Wolfgang, this was true news to him. He was like, oh my goodness. So 6 a.m. the next day, Wolfgang's at the restaurant, right? He's the first one there as people are coming in. And sure enough, he's looking around. And, I mean, the food is sort of from 2 days ago. Nothing looks fresh. Not a lot of energy or excitement. And, I mean, his first thought is, we got to shut this place down. I mean, this is not going to work. But he thinks about it a little bit, talks to some of the folks. They don't want to shut it down. And they come up with this idea, right? And the idea is a simple one. It's this. Every night is opening night. Every night is opening night for Wolfgang Puck, right? And this became the mantra, not only there in Atlanta, but all around the country, in Boston and Detroit and New York and Las Vegas and all the different places that Wolfgang opens today, right? Opens restaurant. Every night is opening night, right? Treat every night, right? Because for the person who's there in the restaurant, it is opening night. That's the first time they've been there, perhaps, right? Or maybe they've come back, they've had a great experience. That's what they expect again. And to me, that's what not the big company is all about. Every night is opening night, right? We had 3,000 conversations today, right? With clients. We had probably, at least that internally amongst ourselves, right? Every night is opening night. Every single solitary phone call, every interaction. Tiger Woods, bring your A game, right? Every night is opening night. It's that simple, right? Every connection counts. Same thing, right? Something to think about when you come in. And right, you know what? It's not only true here at work, it's true at home. Every night is opening night, right? With your spouse, your kids, right? This is it, man. This is what you got. There are no dress rehearsals. Every night is opening night, right? We live our life like that, right? What does that translate into? Well, first of all, for our clients, it's a wonderful experience. It's a not the big company experience, right? And what about for ourselves? What if we live our lives like every night is opening night? Well, that's a life well lived, right? This isn't a one-way street. In fact, it probably comes back even stronger. So that's one thing, not the big company. Every night is opening night, something to think about. Second, right, I want to put a little vision out there for not the big company, right? Sometimes it's a little seed. We're planting a seed. Sometimes these seeds grow into big trees. Sometimes can't get them going, right? We're going to plant a little seed today. I'm going to put a vision out there for not the big company, right? And this is how I'll know if this vision occurs, right? I have an idea that where not the big company becomes part of our vocabulary, not just here at PCI, but out there in the world, in the popular culture, right? Part the lexicon, I think is what they say, right? Where one night, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 25 years from now, you come home, you turn on CNN, Fox News, whatever it is you watch, Oprah, I don't know, right? And somebody's talking about something, right? Nothing to do necessarily with PCI, but they say, that was a not the big company experience. That's the vision. Can we do what we're doing here, right? And can we make it work out there where it stands for something, right? That's what I'm talking about, right? Not the big company. Yeah, let's see here. So when we say not the big company, we mean not a lot of stuff, right? We mean not corporate, not top down, not red tape, not bureaucracy, not the client comes last, not I got a problem and nobody seems to care. Not that, right? We're clear about what it is not, right? But what does not the big company stand for, right? Well, let me throw some ideas out there, right? I'm going to start with a big one. Not the big company means business is a force for good in the world. How about that, right? Not the big company is all about a truly different approach to business and to life, right? It's where our number one goal here is to create an engaging, dynamic work environment where we can come to work every day. Because you know what happens if you create an engaging work environment where people love coming to work every day? Well, our number one goal is every client is referenceable. But that's everybody's number one goal. How do you actually do that? You do it by creating a great work environment where people love coming to work every day. Because if you love coming to work every day, of course you're going to take care of our clients, right? It's people get the horse before the cart or the cart before the horse, whatever it is, right? It starts with creating an engaging, dynamic work environment. Because at PCI, we know that not the big company means wow, right? That's something we've sort of picked up on, right? Same thing. Every night is opening night. Wow is another way. Delivering a wow experience with our clients, right? And internally, right? When you come to work, that's our job. Deliver a wow experience. What else? It means believing in something bigger, right? Bigger than all of us, our purpose, right? Strengthening our nation's colleges and universities, because we know if we do that, right? We, you and me, together, all of us, we provide opportunities for countless, literally millions out there. Last year we talked to 1 million people. Us here in this room. 1 million conversations, 1 million database updates, 1 million colleges getting stronger, right? That's what not the big company means. It means by living by a core set of principles, right? Nothing fancy, nothing exotic, simple, straightforward rules like excellence, integrity, service, people, fun, profitability, embracing change, right? These are our values. Not my values, these are our values, right? That's what we do when we show up here. Not the big company. We're going to be talking a lot about servant leadership. In fact, the next time we get together as a group, that's what we're going to be talking about. Not the big company is servant leadership. It's a company, it's a leader-full company, right? Everybody in this room, we all know leadership is in our job description. Leadership is not about, right, giving speeches and bossing people around. That is not leadership. Leadership is about showing up every day, bringing your A game. Every night is opening night, right? Everything you got, right? That's what leadership is about. It's about ideas. It's about owning a problem, right? Coworkers got a problem, right? helping that person, right? A client's got a problem, not passing the buck. I own it. It's my problem. We're going to fix that problem. That's what not the big company is. What else? Not the big company is about keeping it real, right? It's about focusing on what's most important. That's why we've embraced this whole four disciplines of execution, our WIGs, right? Our wildly important goals. That big thing. It's pretty simple, right? What's most important? Focus on that. That's why we like it. That's what not the big company is, right? Keeping it real. And finally, when I look out into the future a little bit, I see some awards and accolades. I see the third year, right, on this Dallas Morning News Best Companies to Work For. That's going to happen, I think. I see it. I see we're trying out for this Dallas Business Journal. I see being in the top 10. I really do. That's what I think is going to happen. Someday, looking out a little bit further, right, we got the Fortune magazine, right, the business gurus, whatever, right? They put a list together, right? Best companies to work for in America. I see that. I see they actually have two lists. There's the small and medium-sized company list. That's where we got to start. I see being on that list, right, before too long. I don't know if it's 2014 or 2015 or 2016, but it's going to happen, right? But the big goal, right, one of the big goals is to be on the big list, right? Best companies to work for in America. Top 10, right? Now, one thing about that goal, right, in order to qualify for that list, you got to have $100 million in revenue. Not the big company. Nobody said anything about little, right? Not the big companies about growth and profitability, right? It's about a mind frame, a state of mind. It's not about being small in any way, right? But I see being on that list one day. In fact, I see being in the top 10. That's the kind of company we want to be at, right? Right? You're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. Right? That's who you are. That's who I am. Let's do it. Let's do it right. Right? But it's not about awards and accolades at the end of it. Sure, that's fun. With got to sign up somewhere around your top 100 companies to work for. Of course, we like that stuff. That's not what it's all about, right? At the end of the day, not the big company is pretty simple, right? It's about serving and caring for each other and our clients. End of the day, for me, right? Everybody gets their own definition. But for me, that's really what it is. And that's what gets me excited. That's what gets me amped to talk to y'all. Gets me amped to come into work every day and try and make a difference. So, not the big company. Every night is open tonight. Let's have a fantastic end of the month of March. Here's to that. Woo! I think we're going to recognize some people.
Right. Okay, February was a great month.
Yeah, it was.
Great.
Every time we have a record month, we get the ice cream card. Anybody like ice cream?
$1.5 million. We're going to break that record again this month.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, let's recognize some of the people that made that happen. Everybody made it happen in February. Just going to recognize some people that went a little bit beyond. So let's start off with the highest QA score for February. We had 2 people in connections in the inside sales department that had 100% average on their QA.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
One of them is Charles Hayslip. And the other one is Paula Coach Pascal. Great job, great job.
Thank you.
Most efficient, we had 2 people. One of them is one of our remote agents, and I don't believe she could be here today, and that's Jean Mabry. She had a pause time of 4.36%, which really means she never got off the phone. And the other one at 5.75% is Diana Hawk.
All right.
taken on a real unique schedule. She works for us Monday through Thursday. She's off on Friday, and then she works Saturday and Sunday, and I guess you were off Monday. So you really work Tuesday through Thursday. See, I don't even.
It's very common.
But it works.
It works.
More of that.
Our top inbound close rate at 34.7%. This person had 242 pitches and 84 sales. It's Kay Allen, and unfortunately Kay is out ill today, so she wasn't able to be here, but she really did a great job. We have the top outbound close rate, and this person had 85 pitches and 24 sales, 28.2%. Now, you know, our outbound close rate goal is like 10%. This person
So this is good.
28.2. Greg Mudlin.
Yay, Greg!
And we had a lot of people that were very close on our RPH, but at $244.48. RPH for the month of February is Greg.
Oh,
And I'll give our top 10, a little drum roll. Number 10 was Stan Askew, and he had 151 RPH. Toby Cox was at 147.
Toby!
Alicia Smock, 150. Yeah. Wolfgram, 178.
Yes!
Sean Newsom was 145.
Good, Sean.
James Gibson, number 5, was 188. Terry LaPrey was number 4 at 157. Michael Jelenic was number 3 at 175. Greg was number 2 in inside sales with 244. And the number 1 performer in February had a 6.22% pause rate, 28.5 inbound close rate, 27.3% outbound, and RPH was $223, and that's Ignacio Perez.
You gotta come up top for that.
So, congratulations to everybody. Thanks for a wonderful job.
awesome. Good job.
See, believe in me. I know.
All right, we got our referral program going on. I think this might be our first check. So, let's see here. Curtis Dorsey has passed his 30-day mark, which means that Mavis Caesar gets $250.
Good job, man.
All right, we got our 7 stars. Every month we look at our 7 promises, right? And we look around the company and we say, who is living these promises? And this month, I always say this, but it always seems true. We have a particularly great group of folks this month, I guess every month. But let's recognize our 7 PCI stars. Our first is for Be Proactive. We recognize Katie Huffner.
Yay!
Katie! Congratulations. All right. At PCI under Be Proactive, we say everything begins with the initiative of the individual. It was great to welcome Katie back to the marketing team a few months ago. She has a passion for taking the lead and helping to show the way. She has the ability to engage with our clients and through her detailed and meticulous, that's a Principe award, by the way. Right? Katie's alma mater. Follow-up, she ensures there are no loose ends and the client feels special and that their project is the most important activity of PCI. Second, never be satisfied. Keep learning. Continue to make improvements. Katie consistently looks for process improvements. Solve the process, not the problem, right? To streamline and improve our communication with clients, vendors, and constituents. Congratulations. Stick around, right? Katie's also, I think, a recipient of the Rockwell Epilepsy Award last year. All right, next up, we will recognize Be Professional Michael Jelinek.
All right, Michael.
Come on up. All right, Michael.
Bear down.
Many times, Michael's performance leads the entire inside sales team, and he's always in the top 10. Yet, he is never arrogant about his success. Instead, he encourages others to help them succeed as well. He's worked with Kyle and Rodney in addressing the trainees and answering their questions. He knows that first impressions count, and his wow scores reflect his intense focus on doing the right thing to make every connection count. Michael is a true example of presenting himself professionally and leading by example. Thank you, Michael, for all you do. All right, moving right along under Be Accountable, we recognize Alex Morin. Alex. All right, Alex joined the business development team in September, and since that time, he's been involved in 8 new commitments, valued at over $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
Alex is accountable. He owns it by showing urgency in terms of appointment and lead setting, and by being on time with his trip prep documents and conference call prep. He's always finding ways to dig under it, go around it, and climb over it. Alex is providing a strong asset to our sales team. All right! All right, next up, we recognize Kimball Sinclair. Be trustworthy. All right. Kimball shows how to create lasting relationships. And that's why he was asked to help with the AFA photo submission project. With his involvement and his ability to build relationship with the members, we now have more than double the photo submissions to help make this Then and Now publication truly memorable for those who have participated. Kimball took the ball, ran with it, and is working with others to help make the project a success. He knows how to find the right way to accomplish a goal, not just the easiest. Thank you, Kimball, for your dedication to making every connection count. All right, next up under Be Positive, Mr. Positivity, Scott Clooney. Scott has really brought a win-win attitude to his role as a hybrid account executive. That's right. He saw change as an opportunity, and he's capitalizing on it with commitments from Willamette, Portland State, Hastings, and Ottawa. Scott has a great sense of humor. Here. Not only is he funny, but he has a great sense of humor about himself and his surroundings. And his enthusiasm is contagious. With Scott, what you see is what you get. The good news for PCI is that we get a very positive associate. All right, under Be Smart, Big Brains, Todd Raymond.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. There you go. All right. Let's see. Be aware of what is happening around you. Trust your intuition. Todd seeks out ways to be more efficient with our jobs. He rewrote the tool for manually scanning returned cards, wrote a tool for tracking all incoming photo submissions, and set up 2 separate email nudge campaigns for customer acquisition and retention. All these tools help us work smarter, not harder, and with greater transparency. Also, break a complex problem into simple elements. Todd provided all frontline support for the DCA this past month. When he hears of an issue, he immediately tracks down all of the relevant info and then sets to work on fixing it. He's taken care of workflow problems, photo uploading issues, Internet Explorer browser compatibility problems. His response is rapid and thorough. Here's to Todd. We have our final promise, right? Be passionate. It embodies all of our promises we like to say. And this month we recognize Delwyn Henderson. Got it. All right. Delwyn loves what he does, and it shows in everything he does. When he first started talking about creating a WOW score as part of quality assurance, it was Delwyn who immediately designed the My WOW Call checklist for all associates. I think that's how it's written. All right. This has helped them focus on each call to make every connection count and provide a great experience for each caller and call. Delwyn believes in serving first and leadership will follow, and it shows every day in the way he listens and helps each of his team members. He sets high standards for himself and leads by example. Thank you, Delwyn, for having a passion for what you do. How about a very, very big PCI round of applause for our 7 PCI folks. Great job, everybody. All right, we're going to do one final thing. We have a couple final things. First of all, we have a newsletter, so be sure to grab a newsletter on the way out. It's been newly redesigned. I know you will enjoy it. Big thank you to Isabella Ramirez. Tom, I think you are going to come up and we're going to talk about a record-breaking February.
Let's do that.
All right.
All right. Woo! Before we do that, we have to do a little math test here.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. Everybody see this? Everybody know what those numbers are? No idea, right?
A lot of numbers.
I'm going to help you here. All right. This number is February of 12. That's a 69 RPH and $698,000 in revenue.
Not a good month.
Not a good month. All right. Maybe we can do better. This is Feb of 13 right there. 85 and 775. So, going in the right direction, right? Okay. Everybody know what this number is?
Bigger.
Huh?
2014.
That's the record.
September 2013, $1,434,907 in revenue. Okay.
Was that a record month?
That was a record month right there.
Before February, was that the all-time record
That was
month?
the all-time record. So what do we have up here?
What is that?
February 2014, 129 RPH, $1.5 million in revenue. Great job.
Oh! Now we all like the ice cream truck, right? We all like the ice cream truck. And seriously, I like the ice cream truck. And it's fun when we hit a record to break out the ice cream truck, right? Especially the hot weather months are coming. We hope to have it up here a lot of times. But for the first time ever to cross 1.5 million in revenue, we thought maybe the ice cream truck is not enough. So, turns out And do we have any baseball fans here? So the Rangers start their season on Monday, March 31st is opening day. On Tuesday, April 1st, second game of the year, against the Philadelphia Phillies, everybody in this room, yep, and your spouses or friend or date, whatever, we are going to Ranger Ballpark. More details are forthcoming. We'll probably leave from a couple of buses from here, right? If you live out that way, obviously you can meet us out there, but we'll be leaving from here. No kids, it's an adult deal, but do bring spouses, friend, whatever. It's going to be a lot of fun. Big series, right? We got to get off to a good start. We're going to have we got a special private part of the concourse out there, so we'll have hot dogs and soft drinks, all that good stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So, we are going to, we'll send around some kind of a sign-up deal. Please sign up. We got to buy tickets, obviously, so we need to get an accurate count. We'll probably try and do that the next week, probably, at least. So stay tuned, look for that. I hope everybody can make it that night. It's going to be a lot of fun. So more details forthcoming. Here's to a great February, and who knows, maybe even a record-breaking March. So great job. That's it.